Alright, hello and welcome back to a series about Salvage. So, no small talk today, we're just going to dive straight into it. But as always, if you do like these videos, please do consider subscribing to the channel. So we're going to continue with the Mini today. Although I only have about 2 hours right now, in this video, the plan is to get this completely finished, even serviced and MOT'd. Now this will happen over the next few days, but it'll be all in this video for you. Hopefully, that's the plan. So the one part we were missing last time has arrived. The pedestrian protection, tube and sensors. And the main thing was this foam. Now this foam has come from Latvia, brand new. Try and buy this in this country, it's at £100 for that foam. In Latvia, posted to the UK, I think it was 32, something like that. I probably should have just rang BMW and asked them how much it was, to be honest. But yeah, from Latvia it's a third of the price. So the main thing is get the bumper off, get this pedestrian protection system in place with the with the foam, with the tube, and then it's going to be a case of putting it all back together as it looks now, but aligning everything properly. You know, we're not far off, but like I said previously, this headlight wants a little bit of a tweak. Don't look that bad actually, I don't like. This headlight definitely wants tweaking that way, and we do need to sort out this issue here. So we need to sort that bracket out behind there. We've got a splash guard. We have various little bits and pieces. We have one arch plastic. We've got the air intake, engine cover, a bit of scuttle, the black surrounds for the rear tail lights, and I've found the clips for the front ones because they're just sat in at the minute and they're not fixed in. That's about it. We've got the oil to do the service. So yeah, we're just going to have to work through these parts basically. So let's just get on with it. Like I said, I haven't got a lot of time right now, so I'm just going to put you on a stand and I'm going to pull this bumper back off. It's as simple as that. So this is the pedestrian protection. You can see a little sensor that side, you got your tube all the way along, all the way to the other side where you got another sensor. And, well, it's just going to clip onto the crash bar, basically. As long as that all lines up there with the tow-eye socket, then it should just click on. Like so. Something like that. And then obviously you've got a plug on both ends. Now this one I've got the other side, the plug's still missing on, but I can get it from underneath, so that doesn't stop us from putting the bumper back on. So that's all we were missing really. So I'm gonna Now I'm going to try and figure out why this is so much out of shape, and then hopefully we can get the bumper back on and it'll all just line up. Right, now I know it looks like when I started, but trust me, we're a lot closer. That bumper is all bolted up, and then look on this part side now, where we're struggling with that gap. Oh, that's perfect. All the way around. Perfect gaps, great gaps. The only thing that's annoying me is this bit of trim. Just wants a bit of some bonding stuff on it, just to make it stay in, because the clips are a bit worn. So, all up top, the bonnet is fixed down now, all the catches are done, I've aligned the headlights. You could say the driver's is perhaps needs a touch of work, but I think passenger's is spot on. So now I need to get it raised up and figure out how to fix the bottom of the bumper, because surely it shouldn't wobble like that. So I'm going to get it up in the air. Do need to change that plate over as well and put the plate on the back, but it's going a lot quicker than I expected. We still obviously have the rear trims to put on, but what I was thinking was get it up in the air, or I might even let it run for a while first, let it get warm, then get it up in the air, and whilst I'm messing around with the underside of the bumper, I can drop the oil. Because I'm sure I haven't done it. I'm going to have to look through. I got like 3 service kits for 3 things in one go. They're all in here. I don't remember what I got them for. I know one was my van and I did that. So I'll have to just make sure I have the right filter and oil somewhere. And yeah, we'll give it an oil service. But it's going great progress. At this point now, I could take this up the road, and I am going to do it at some point. I'm going to have a drive. Anyway, I'll get it up, I'll do a bit more, and then I'll come back to you in a bit. Right, it's another day. So, today, like I said before, in this video, we should be getting this car finished now. Today should be it. I don't know if I'm going to make it for the MOT, that's the only problem. We've got quite a bit to do. It's Saturday today, so I'm currently obviously warming the engine up so I can drop the oil, give it an oil and filter. Excuse me. We're going to then clean all the engine bay, because it's manky. I'd like it cleaner. Still got the arch liner to do, but the main thing is getting these headlights working. I'm currently downloading the BMW Diagnostic software, ISTA P, and that should give us then control of this car via a laptop to be able to code these headlights in, and that should be it. I've got a lad coming over today with the plug end for the pedestrian protection sensor. So we should have no codes by the end of today. And then really, yeah, it's ready for the MOT. It's just not quite sure I'm going to get it all done in time. So we'll just have to see. We'll keep going. See how far we get. I don't know what I was doing last time, or what I've showed you in this video already. We've still got the little black surround for the tail lights to do. Got this splash guard. Someone asked about the door the other day. The door will be getting changed, but because I'm keeping this car, I'm in no great rush to spend £250 on the door right now. Like I said, I am in the process of looking to move house, so kind of every penny counts kind of thing. So it does want a door, and that wing really wants changing. But yeah, you might have to wait a month or two for them two to be sorted out. Right, I'm going to keep crack on, let it warm up, clear this engine bay a bit, and yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit, hopefully, when I've got some diagnostic software on the laptop, and we can have a go at coding these headlights. I don't know how long it's going to take. Never used this program, so it's going to be a learning curve. Let's keep going. Right then, well, look what I've got. It's probably not showing on the screen. I know you have problems recording digital screens. Anyway, this is Insta Plus, or Ista Plus. This is the software I was talking about to program parts on Minis and BMWs. So, I've been having to play around with it. Never used this software before, so I didn't want to do it on camera because I knew it would take forever. But, let's have a look what I have got working. I've got them on. Now it's looking blurry. Is that the camera lens? It's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah. There are side lights, half halos, and then turn the headlights on. There we go, we've got our LED headlights on. So, got them coded in. No problems there. Now, as you can probably see, all the coolant on the floor. I left it running for a while on tick over, and it overheated. Now, I don't know why. Now, I do believe that when you do coolant flush on these, you're supposed to vacuum the system, because they're notoriously hard to bleed the system on these. So I'm guessing there was massive pockets of air in there, because I do remember when I filled it up, it didn't seem to take a lot. Now I still think there is issues. I don't know how I'm going to get it to bleed up, but the strange thing is, when it was overheating, the fan didn't cut in. Now if there is big pockets of air, and it happens to be where the coolant temp sensor is, there's a possibility that the fan didn't know, or should I say the car didn't know it was that hot, and it didn't bring on the fan. So I've had a little Google about, and if you haven't got a vacuum to vacuum the system, apparently there's a procedure you can do to help the car bleed, because they have an auxiliary electric motor to circulate the water on the turbo. Now I have tried the procedure that they say, which is to put the ignition on, put the side lights on, press and hold the throttle pedal down for 10 seconds, and it should run the auxiliary electric motor. Now nothing happens, I can't hear anything. So now I've got the headlights to work, I'm going to have a fiddle about with this Ista Plus and see if I can activate that motor manually. Now there is going to be a way, it'll be on there somewhere, but the program is huge, and it could take me a while to figure it out. So I'm going to continue to mess with that for a bit, and probably before I come back to you, I'm probably going to polish up this front plastic as well. So if you look where the number plate was, that's how faded it is from the sun. So I want to polish that up. So I'll get that polished. I'll have a mess, try and sort out this overheating issue, and we're getting really close. But it's just a case of plodding on, keep going, and see where we get to. But I'm so happy with them headlights, so happy that they're working, look great. Right, well, it kind of feels like I'm going backwards with this car at the minute. I've pulled it all apart again. I managed to find in the Ista Plus the function to literally just turn on the electric fan, and obviously the turbo, you can see them both there. Turbocharger coolant pump and electric fan. The turbocharger coolant pump does operate like this. Do you know, if I go on that and click trigger component, it runs it. So I'm happy with that. But then the electric fan doesn't. I cannot control the electric fan. So I've been following all the wiring back, I've been checking the relays, I've gone over the whole thing, as you can see. And I've found the issue. Now when the crashes happened, for some reason, it's blown the main master fuse for the fan. Now it's that 60 there. This wire was on that 60 and that fuse is blown. There's no continuity across them two. So what I've done is, just to test it for now, I've put it onto the 100 amp fuse, and I'm going to put it back together to a point where I can test that fan, because that's obviously why it's overheated sat on the spot. It wouldn't turn the fan on. So that should get rid of that issue. Hopefully, we will find out. I'm having fun with these lights. You know, you saw them on earlier, but as soon as I turn the ignition off, they don't work again. So, like I said, I'm learning. This Ista Plus is incredibly, technical. It does everything, and I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, so it's taking some time to figure it all out. But I think we're working through it. So I'm going to throw this back together now. Like I said, I'm going to try this fan. I'll try it on camera. And then it's going to be back onto the mad lights. Because the concern I was having was I have to have it running to scan a lot of the modules. And I didn't want to overheat it again. So the fan was the critical thing to find out first. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's that sorted. We can let it run then. And I can do some more diagnostics and see if I can get to the bottom of why these lights won't stay on. So again, I'll come back to you shortly. Right, so battery's back in. I've connected it back up to the computer. Should we try this fan? So that's manually operating the fan. I'm just going to trigger the component. I can hear it. There. So that's the fan working. That's good. And like I said, the turbo coolant pump. Now the pump itself is really quiet. But can you hear the coolant moving? I'll just move the mic to it. Not sure if you can hear that or not. That's the coolant being pumped around. So I need to put this mic back on my sleeve. Sorry if it's been a bit crackly. So the pump's fine now. I mean, not the pump, I mean the fan works. So like, to bear in mind, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this. So this is like a tree of all the control units. The green ones, no faults. The yellow ones, means there's faults on that system. These two on the left hand side are for the headlights. I know that. I think, yeah, that's the aircon. The aircon's empty, so we know what that is. And that's for the pedestrian protection, so we know what that is. And that's, I know what the two lights are. So these two have faults within them. So if we display fault memory, this basically gives you a rundown of all the issues on the car. Pressure sensor left, pressure hose system, short circuit to B. Pressure sensor right. I need to delete some of this fault memory in a minute. I'll continue to play with it. There's no point, this is boring for you guys. I'll continue to play with it and I'll let you know how I get on a bit. Right, so I've decided to end this video here. It's been a few days again since the last bit of recording that you've just seen. and it's going to be a few more days again before I can get back in the unit. So instead of you having no video, because it's been a little bit again since the last video went up, I'm going to publish this video now. I think there's enough content in it for you, and we will continue with the issue of the headlights in the next video. That's the only really thing now that's puzzling me with this car, why I can't get the DRLs to stay on, basically. So I'm sure I'll figure it out. It's all good fun. It's all a learning process. So yeah, we'll leave it there, and I'll be back as soon as possible with the conclusion to the issues on the Mini, and hopefully we can eventually get it finished. So as always, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.